Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Rega. So, we're starting this webinar today, and the subject you already know for the webinar things you don't know about scalping. Like in general, what is scalping? That's one question the new trader might be asking. Those of you that already knows everything about trading, you know what is scalping. I will not start explaining from A to Z what is scalping or something like that. I will just try to tell you guys stuff that you don't know about scalping, or in other words, that kind of you know about, but you don't really like come in terms with those words. I would say that's why I named the subject of this webinar things you don't know about scalping. Scalping in general is a complicated strategy, uh, like it's kind of a complicated strategy to adapt. Uh, I believe most new trader, or even when you are professional or you are intermediate, at one point or your trading experience, you might already try to scalp the market. For me, I've done that before in the past, so that is the reason why that is based on my experience, I would say. So, guys, before I continue this webinar, if you have any question, feel free to drop it at the chat box at the right hand corner. I will answer your question, or if you want me to take a look at any currency pair while this webinar is going, feel free to drop it at the chats there, and I will take a look at it and update you with whatever I can come up with. So, in general, definition: what is scalping? I will tell you, scalping in my own terms. This is not the definition from Investopedia or something like that. This is from my own terms. Scalping is the fastest way to earn money and to lose money, or to lose money, whichever way you take it. That is scalping. That's my definition about scalping. You can easily make money in the depending on the market which you are. If you're in the stock market, if you're in the forex market, or whatever, you can easily make money using scalping. But that's still the fastest way of you losing your money when you are scalping the market. So, in other words, you need to know what you are doing before you take scalping to be your major trading strategy of the day, or of the financial market. So that is my definition for you. For those new guys who wants to make money so fast, it is kind of very good. You can use scalping to make money so fast, but money which you made from the forex market or the stock market using scalping, it's very easy to blow away those money, or to even go on minus with the same way. Why I said so, I will explain to you why this webinar is going on. So, before you what's it called before you start scalping the market, one thing you don't know is that some people, they use just one patterns, or some new trader, also intermediate trader, they use just one patterns to scalp the market. In other words, they use just one pattern to analyze the market, and once they finish analyzing the market, they just take a position, which is very, very, very bad. Why I said it's very bad? Scalping is kind of a very fast ways of the movement is kind of very fast. You can use 1 minute time frame, 5 minutes time frame, or 15 minutes time frame. My advice, if you want to stick to scalping, you use the 15 minutes time frame as the framework, and you go down to the 5 minutes time frame or 1 minute time frame, and you take a position whichever way you fit. But use the 15 minutes time frame as the framework. As what I mean by the framework, like the largest channel or patterns. Like if you are drawing a trend line, you need to draw the trend line from the 15 minutes time frame down to the 5 minutes or to the 1 minute, which you want to take decision and take the market. That is about the patterns. And number one, just imagine you're using moving average. as your strategy to trade the market, and you focus on Euro USD, and the every day when the price tests the moving average, you buy the market or you sell the market, whichever way you were trading at that point in time. And inside four, three works and one go against you. So you said, oh, it's pretty fine. But if you just base on just that one technical analysis to analyze the market and take a position, in the long run, it will be very bad for you. So in other words, don't base your technical analysis with just one patterns. My recommendation, use three. Why I said use three? Because I use three, but I don't do scalping. I'm a day trader. But in general, I use three technical analysis tools or instruments to trade the market. The moving average, the channel, and more or less the pivot point. But sometimes I don't use the pivot point. I look the price actions to take decision of the market. So that is that. And the next one is adaptation, which is very important. Adaptation. Why I said adaptation is very important. Let me open this Euro USD right now. Some guys or some traders, some investors, if they are trading the markets, they specialize on just particular currency pairs. Why? It is kind of very good. And if you ask me, my advice, when you are scalping the market, specialize on some particular currency pair. I will tell you the reason in a short while. But specialize on one currency pair, or one or two or three currency pair at the most. Why? You will be able to adapt to those currency pairs, and you already know the movement of that currency pair. You ask some people, this is the 1 minute time frame. You ask some people right now. If you ask me, I usually look at the Euro USD for a very long time. Ask me what is the trend. Even on the 1 minute time frame, I'm seeing this long ascending, like bullish move. The long term of this pair is going downward. If I go directly to the daily time frame, you will see. Yeah, you can see the Euro USD has been trading downside for a very long time. Yeah. Yeah, has been trading downside for a very long time. So because why before I even draw the channel, how did I know? Because I already adapt to this currency pair. How I know this currency pair, the Euro USD, I'm checking it every day. I know how it moves. I know what, if there's kind of a strange move, I can see it. So when you adapt yourself to like 3 or 4 currency pairs or stocks, scalping from those those commodity also, it is kind of fine because you know the move. However, there's a limitation. You are limited to just those currency, commodity, or stock. You are limited. Maybe you know very good what is happening with the Euro USD, the Euro JPY, and the Euro British pounds. If you go outside your comfort zone and you want to go and scalp Aussie USD, or you want to go and scalp New Zealand dollars, NZD, New Zealand dollars, Canadian dollars, you might not understand what is the movement there. So that is the reason why you are limited to just the currency pair which you already know, like, or which you already study, and that gives you the limited market to the financial market or to the currency market, whichever way you call it. So in other words, when you specialize on 1 or 2 or 3 currency, you have limitation, and when you have limitation, it is kind of to the advantage and still to the disadvantage too. Advantage and disadvantage. What I've been saying, there are advantage, there are disadvantage in terms of scalping. Those are the things you don't know about scalping. And or the other stuff, you know, some people they just scalp. For mostly the new guys, maybe I put a 5 minute time frame right now. Before this that move here, this 5 minutes time frame, they look at it. No, this is not what price level. Yeah, yeah. Some people or some traders, they don't know how to scalp the market. Why they said they don't know how to scalp the market? Because they don't know what is going on in the particular currency pair. Like, if you as a scalper, you need to know if a currency pair is trending. The way I said, Euro USD, this is a trending market. The Euro USD is a trending market. The British Pound USD is a trending market. Why is it a trending market? You can Google what is trending market, then you will know the what's it called, the meaning of trending market. So the Euro USD is a trending market, and the British Pound USD is a trending market. There are still of currencies that are trending market too. So for some people, they don't know what is trending market. They don't know if this pair is trending. They just say, okay, this is 5 minutes time frame. This pair already hit resistance. Let me buy. Oh, he hit support. Sorry, he hit support here. Let me buy. He hit resistance. Let me sell. They don't take A, B, C consideration. They don't know if that currency pair is trading also. Like in general, in this 5 minutes time frame, beginning from that was yesterday, up till this morning, yeah. Even on the 5 minutes time frame, the Euro USD was trading sideways or consolidating below the 1.1150 region. The pair was consolidating. If you as a scalper, the currency pair at that point in time is consolidating, you say, okay, let me buy, sell, blah blah blah. You have the chances to lose money rather than gaining money. The best thing for you to do when you are a scalper, you need to know if a pair is trending. You need to know that, okay, if this Euro USD or the British Pound USD breaks a resistance level, is there a chance for a reversal downward, or is there a chance for the currency pair to form a new high? That is what you need to know as a scalper. If Euro USD is a trending market, which I said is a trending market right now, and you look at it, let me take away this stuff, this line, yeah, it's a trending market, right? That's what I said. This was a support level at 1.1135. This price was moving downward. You are like doing your technical analysis. You are doing technical analysis. The price was moving downward. Or in other words, I'll put channel because I like using channel and moving average, but I will just put just channel only. So I take my channel line. Second. Yeah, I take my channel line, hit it at this high. Here's my channel line. Yeah. I put it there. As I can see, the price is going downward. Oh, even before this, this is 5 minutes time frame. So if you want to scalp, most people use from 1 minute, 5 minutes or so. If you want to scalp, so let's take it like this. This is a trending market. The Euro USD is moving downward the channel, and the price breaks this previous support. As a trending market, you know that what's it called? As the price break the previous support, it will set a new low. That is where you know a trend is a trending market. What happened when it broke the support? It set a new low or a new support level. The same way, this region too. This is how it works. It's set. And when it breaks the previous resistance, it sets a new high. Look at it the same way. When it breaks the previous resistance, it sets a new high, you can say. So that is how you know if a pair is trending, because you can, okay, let me go and take 5 pips. Okay, how do you want to take the decision to take the price tip? You already see that Euro USD on the 5 minute time frame broke the previous resistance level or the previous high. You tend to buy the market because you know that this is a trending market. Or that is one thing I called what? You know the trending market, you adapt to this market, you know what it is. And just imagine the Aussie Canadian dollars. That's a mean reverter market. What does that mean? Means that what's it called, when the price tested or tests the previous high, it tends to revert or to retrace downward. That's how it works. So I already talked about how you adapt to the markets, how to know the trending markets, understanding the particular pair and the market behavior of the market behavior. Finally, this is, I'll break it into three parts. Finally, you as a scalper, one thing you don't know is about the transaction cost. Transaction cost, mostly, sometimes I would say, it's not sometimes, majority of the time, but it depends on the broker which you're using. There are some broker that give you, like, you pay commission in order for you to take a position. Some is spread. You are a scalper, you took 10 trade in a day, and inside the 10 trade, you are aiming for 5p for each trade and 5p for losing trade too, so 5 as a scalper. And when you take a position, maybe there's one pip spread, depending, or 0.10% commission, depending. You take a 5 trade, multiply it, you will see that at the long term you are giving the broker more of your money than you winning money, or like than you adding to your investment. So the more you take a position, the more you are giving the broker the commission or the spread. And just imagine you take a 10 trade in a day, and the spread was at 1 pip per trade, and inside the 10 you have 10 pips, 10 pips spread, which you give to the broker. And inside those 10 trade, you win 6, you lose 4 trade. At the end of the day, you are not profitable. Do the mathematics. You are not profitable. That is one thing you don't know about scalping. I'm not telling you it's positive, or I'm not telling you it's negative. Inside the positive, inside every negative, there's always a positive. Or inside every good, there's always a bad. Or inside every bad, there's always a good. Regardless. So, in other words, you take a 10 trade, you pay 10 pips commission, or 1 euros or 2 euros commission, and you win 5 euros, you lose 6 euros. At the end of the day, you need to weigh, you need to do the mathematics, and you see, in the long run, it's not that profitable you scalping the market. That is number one. Number two, on this my final segment of things you don't know about scalping, is the news release. Most trader, the one big mistake which they usually make is scalping the market when they don't know when the news is coming out, or they don't know that the news usually plays significant role in the movement of the currency. How? I'll go. Okay, market research. Just imagine you're on the trade right now. Tomorrow is the first Friday, the non-farm payroll, right? You're on the trade, you are like enjoying your day, taking position, north, south, you're taking a position, and you don't know that by 3 p.m. or 3:30, the US non-farm payroll, the US non-farm payroll data will be coming out. You are on a trade, you are just enjoying yourself. Boom! The news comes out. What happened? There's a spike. It go against you. You lost money. You say, wow, what is going on? What is going on? Because what? You didn't check the news calendar. You didn't know that, oh, there's going to be a significant news. So you need to always check the news to weigh which of them is high impact news, which of them is not high impact news. So that is how you weigh it. So most traders, they don't take into consideration, or most scalper, they don't take into consideration the fundamental news that will be going on in the next few hours while they are on trade. And finally, stress. Scalping is very stressful, very stressful. Makes you to be checking your phone every now and then, even like checking your phone 1 or 2 minutes, checking your phone, looking at the stuff, the movement. This is very stressful. It messed up with your psychological feeling. It messed up with your emotional feelings. That is one thing about scalping. It makes you to lose focus on some other stuff which you are doing. It makes you not to have rest of mind. So it's very stressful. However, or meanwhile, when you are stressful and you're making money, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So you have to like decide which of them is very good for you. So I didn't give you the positive, the negative, also I'll try to dissuade you from scalping. Scalping is good. As I told you at the very beginning, it's the fastest way to make money and it's the fastest way to lose money. A lot of people already lost millions scalping the market. There are still a lot of people that already gain millions when they are scalping the market. So it's two-way trade. So my advice is that do what you know works for you better. For me, I like day trading. I like using the hourly time frame, the 4 hours time frame as my framework, then trade off of the 1 hour time frame. I like rest of mind. Even the 1 hour time frame when I'm still trading, I still check my phone sometimes. But it makes you to check your phone less, and it makes you to see what is happening in the financial markets more broadly. But when I would say overwhelmingly broadly is when you are like swing trading or you are long-term trading. Then you like if you're long-term trading, you use the daily, the weekly as your framework to trade up of the daily time frame. So it depends on whatever you know works for you. But for me, I know that scalping is kind of very stressful. It's emotion, a lot of emotions involved, and distracting when you're scalping the market is not good. And there's limitation. There's limitation of if you can easily say, there's no limitation. I can scalp from any market, any currency pair or commodity. If you don't know a particular movement of, right now you not tell say, hey Wizzy, can you check trade the Apple stock or something like that? I don't check on all those stocks, so I don't know how it moves. But if you ask me, hey, can you trade this commodity or light crude oil or Brent crude oil, I can tell you yes, because I usually check on those that commodity and I know how it moves. So in other words, in scalping, you are limited to some particular currency pair because you don't know them. That is one disadvantage, and that still might be advantage, because just imagine Euro USD, you know Euro USD movement very good. If there's kind of unusual move, you can see even when you didn't check any economic calendar, you will ask yourself, when you open the chart, you said unusual move, you ask your colleague or your friend, hey, what was going on today? What was the financial news today? Because even when you didn't even get any information, you already saw the information from the chart. That's to show that, yeah, you know the instrument or the pair which you are checking, or if you are trading out. So guys, thank you very much. And before we go, I will tell you that be careful. There's a lot of movements on currency stocks bouncing up and down because of the news that is coming out, coronavirus. However, the Fed, I did this Federal Reserve rate a few weeks ago, and I predicted that the US Federal Reserve will cut rates, and not only the US Federal Reserve, actually the US Federal Reserve, they cut their rate a few days ago, and some other major economy will follow up. And if you are trading during this period, be very careful, be very mindful. Why? Because the fluctuation or the fluctuation is very high. Sometimes the pair the pair which you are like kind of trading might tend not to listen to your financial analysis or technical tools which you are using. So be very careful. So guys, that's my advice, and thank you for your attention. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the subscription button and on the notification button above, You will be able to get new video and live webinar from other experts from our company and guys that is associating themselves with us. So see you next week. Bye bye for now.